This, of course, after the collapse of the cryptocurrency exchange. He sat down with Andrew Ross Sorkin yesterday at the Dealbook Summit. Bankman-Fried struck back against those who accuse him of fraud.
The less generous view is that you have committed a massive fraud, that this is a Ponzi scheme, a manipulation of the system.
As you all know, the high level of volatility that Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies show, like Luna and now FTX, is one of the main reasons why most governments are hesitant to support them. Our focus is not on Bitcoin, but on FTX, a major player in the cryptocurrency market. So, in this video, we're going to find out whether FTX was a scam or not. If you are interested in FTX, you should definitely watch till the end of this video because we're going to cover amazing points that you may need to consider your investments wisely. So let's waste no more time and get started already, shall we? How FTX told the story. The holding company Alameda Research was supposed to back the FTX currency FTT, but research into the company trade showed that Alameda Research does not have enough money to do so. Because of this, the situation was very dangerous and looked like a house of cards. The CEO and founder of FTX, Bankman-Fried, tried to ease the worries of the company's clients and reassure the market that everything was going well. CZ, who was the CEO of Binance and had a big stake in FTT, decided to sell all of his shares at once. It made people even more scared, and a token that sold for $24 dropped to $3. Because of this drop, the company had to limit who could withdraw money, and this was the last straw that made them do it. A Game of Thrones, the fight between CZ and Bankman-Fried. The end of the game has been reached with CZ's move. Should this be allowed in a decentralized system where few super-rich billionaires could wipe out the money of a lot of people? CZ was one of the first people to support the FTX. Binance kept the coin until it was in a critical state and dropped just in time to cash out and shut down the company. CZ was one of the first groups to support the FTX. Bankman has said in public that he thinks their competitor was a big reason why the business didn't do well. CZ is now the largest and safest trading platform, and it is #1. It has more power than Coinbase, FTX, Kraken, OKX, Bitfinex, Huobi, and all of those put together. The horror, failures in cryptology. Bankman was able to lose more than 90% of his money in just one day, which shows how unstable the market can be. Many people still think that trading in cryptocurrencies is risky and a way to get rich quickly because it is possible to become a billionaire overnight and then go bankrupt the next day. Is it time to put some rules in place? Concerns about who is to blame for these kinds of problems and how people can get their money back have grown more common over time. This makes the need for market regulation stronger. The name Luna comes to mind. When the currency was changed from Luna to Luna Classic, the user didn't have any say in the matter. In fact, they didn't even know why the change was made. The differences between decentralization and centralization. Even though crypto won't go away, the way it works needs to change because what can be done with it is no longer acceptable. The time of the wild, wild west must slowly end so that something safer and more balanced can take its place. This is the call for tokens to be backed by real value, not some vague, unachievable idea that could be more reliable. Is it safe to use the FTX exchange? A look at the security of the FTX exchange. When it comes to cryptocurrencies, security is always one of the most important things to think about, and FTX puts a very high value on the safety of its platform. They've taken a number of steps, one of which is giving each user an FTX wallet so that they can store their digital assets in a safer place. Two-factor authentication is supported and its use is strongly encouraged. When this type of authentication is used, the user must enter a code that was made by a third-party app on their device before they can access their trade funds or make withdrawals. FTX now needs passwords to be at least a little bit complicated, which is a good thing. Because of this rule, people can't use the word password as a password, which is just asking for trouble. FTX also has taken other safety measures, such as enabling two-factor authentication or 2FA for withdrawals and giving users the option to set a password for withdrawals. If these features are turned on, someone who gets into your account and learns your login password won't be able to withdraw any money without also using a withdrawal password and a second form of two-factor authentication. This is a great way to protect yourself even more in case your password gets stolen. If users want their FTX exchange account to be as safe as Fort Knox, they should use all of these extra security features and make the most of what they can do. You can also choose to have your account locked for 24 hours whenever two-factor authentication is turned off or the password is changed. This is also a useful feature, and it will make the bad guys scratch their heads, because if they do all that work and break into your account and remove the need for a withdrawal password or two-factor authentication, they now have to wait 24 hours before they can do anything, and the user would have been notified of these shenanigans via email, so they have 24 hours to go in and change their password. When there's suspicious activity on a user's account, like unusual attempts to log in or attempts to log in without using 2FA, FTX will let the owner know so they can take the right safety measures. Is using FTX a scam? First of all, we know the name of the person who started FTX. His name is Sam Bankman-Fried. In a world where programmers, transactions, and investors can stay anonymous, we still don't know who invented Bitcoin. Being able to find out who is behind a project is a key part of proving its legitimacy. Second, we've gone over the 3 steps that FTX uses to make sure that a user is who they say they are. FTX users' money and information are protected by a number of security measures that are similar to what banks do. The verification process also makes sure that harmful or fake accounts can't get on the platform. Also, if we look at its history, we can see that FTX has never had any hacking or other security problems since it started. As a crypto exchange platform, FTX stands out because it offers new and cutting-edge products in many markets, such as matching currency markets and derivatives markets. After everything we've talked about, it's clear that FTX is not a fake. Conclusion. While we're still picking up the pieces from the near collapse of a big monster, everyone should be more careful about what they trade and how they invest. The market is still not regulated, which means that your entire retirement fund could be wiped out by things you can't control or have any say in. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked this, please make sure to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more interesting information. Also, make sure you've turned on the notifications bell icon so you know the minute we post next.